Okay, guys, here's the second part of the review, and it's going to be on comparative and absolute advantage. And that's it. You guys just have to laugh. Anyway, so as we cover comparative and absolute advantage, we need to know, first off, what comparative and absolute advantage is. This can be done to show a lot of different things. One, the main thing comparative and absolute advantage shows is gains from what? Trade. Gains from trade. We show trade is good, and so we want to be able to prove it. All right, the next thing that we need to know about comparative and absolute advantage is which one is which. So if we have country A right here, okay, country A produces 10 bananas, and the opportunity cost of producing 10 bananas will be producing, yes?
6 grapes.
How many grapes?
60.
60 grapes, okay. It would be 6 grapes if I said 1 banana is worth how many?
6.
6 grapes, okay, very good. Now, the next part here is country B. Country B can produce bananas and grapes as well. They can go ahead and produce 25 bananas if they employ all their resources. And 25 bananas, the opportunity cost is how much?
75.
Yes?
75 grapes.
75 grapes, very good. Which means who has the absolute advantage of producing bananas? The absolute advantage.
Country B.
Country B does. They can make 25 bananas, while country A can only make 10. However, who has the absolute advantage of making grapes?
It has to be country A.
You say it's country A. However, if country A employs all their resources, they can make 60 grapes, where country B can make 75. So let's try this again. Who has the absolute advantage? Who's the best at making grapes?
Country B.
Country B has the absolute advantage in both. Well, that's pretty easy then, right? Except we also have comparative advantage. The truth is, should these two countries trade? The answer is yes. But you say, wait, but country B produces everything better. Why would they want to trade? The answer is they have lots of gains to be made from trade. Because when we say, who here has the absolute advantage of or the comparative advantage? Comparative advantage you need to compare the two. Who has the comparative advantage of producing bananas? Who actually knows the answer to the comparative advantage? Yes?
Country A.
Country A. Okay, and who then has the comparative advantage of producing grapes? Country B. Does everyone agree? No is the correct answer. Okay, what we need to do is compare these two and see what the cost is. So we know that we can break this down. Really quick, what does it cost country A to make 1 banana?
6 grapes. 6 grapes.
It'll cost them 6 grapes. Okay? So the price of 1 banana in country A is how many? 6 grapes. However, 1 banana in country B costs how many grapes?
3.
Okay? Costs them 3. Who can make bananas the cheapest?
Country B.
Country B can. All right? But let's go ahead and go on to grapes. What is the price of 1 grape in country A?
1/6.
Okay, hold on. So that means 1 grape equals how many bananas? 1/6 of a banana. And I should probably go ahead and say this is a grape. All right, so 1/6 would be approximately what, 18 cents? Or 18.18%. All right, what is the price of a grape in country B?
1/3 of a banana.
You got it. 1 grape equals 1/3 of a banana. So that's 0.33, and this is 0.18 with change. Which means, who makes grapes the cheapest?
Country B.
What's cheaper, 33 or 18?
Country A.
Country A. So ready? What what should country B produce? What is their comparative advantage?
Bananas.
The answer is they should produce bananas. Whereas what is country A best at?
Grapes.
Grapes. So should they trade?
Yes.
Yes, because any price between 33 and 18, country A would benefit and country B would benefit. And any price of bananas over 3 for country B and under 6 for country A, both sides can benefit. For example, if country A bought their bananas and bought 5 grapes for 1 banana, are they benefiting? So they instead of 6 grapes, they're now spending 5 grapes for 1 banana. Is that a good deal? Okay. So they can go ahead and benefit that way. Whereas country B, if they sold that banana for 5 grapes, are they getting more? Yes, considerably more. Who wins in that exchange? Both sides do. Do you guys understand the gains from trade with the bananas and everything? Okay, so let's go ahead then, and we'll erase a lot of this stuff and give you a little bit more of a problem to work with. Okay? Let's go ahead and get all this stuff out. All right. The next thing I want you to do is we're going to go ahead and draw this on what kind of model will we draw this on? This isn't supply and demand. It's a PPF. And because we know that a PPF should normally do what? A PPF should be an outward bending curve like this. But why are we not going to use an outward bending curve? It's hard to calculate. So we're going to take that off. Whoop. And we're going to draw what? Straight lines. So this will be country B, okay? And they're going to be able to produce corn and wheat. And we're also going to have country A, okay? They produce also corn and wheat. So, with that alone, what should each country produce? Country B, what is their comparative advantage? Comparative advantage, another way is, what are you best at producing? They're better at producing wheat. See how they produce more than country A? Which means if they're best at wheat, what should country A spend their time and resources producing? Corn. Should start producing corn up here. And both sides would be able to do what? Trade and therefore benefit. That's easy enough? Okay. Let's go ahead and give you one more problem with this. Okay? We're going to go ahead and have 2 cooks. All right, we're going to have Tim. Now, Tim can make cake or cookies. So he can make 1 cake in a allotted time period, or he could make 40 cookies. Okay? On the other side, we have Jill. Jill, in the same time period, can make 3 cakes and produce 50 cookies. Now, really quick, I want you to be able to calculate what is the opportunity cost for Tim to produce a cake or a cookie. What is the price of 1 cake or 1 cookie? And on the opposite side, you have Jill. What is the price of 1 cake and 1 cookie? Go ahead and go to here. So say 1 cake equals, and then 1 cookie equals. And then over here, let's see if you can solve for this. Okay, ready? Let's go ahead and see. Tim, the cost of one cake was how many cookies?
40.
40 cookies. All right, so the cost of one cake is 40 cookies. How much does one cookie cost him? 1/40th of a cake. Good job. Okay. So Jill, though, one cake costs her what? What's that? Okay. 16.6. By the way, do we need to be really specific? No, usually these will be fairly obvious. And what does one cookie cost her? 1/16.6. You're right. Is that what everyone has? Yeah, because do these break into each other evenly? Okay. So if we can go ahead and make this 16, but we'll go 1/16.6. Okay. That means, let's look at Tim. One cake is 40 cookies. Jill, one cake is 16.6 cookies. Who makes cakes the cheapest? Jill. 16 is less than 40. Although, Tim, one cookie costs him 1/40th of a cake, whereas Jill, it's 1/16.6 of a cake. Which one is cheaper? What's bigger, 1/16 or 1/40th? 1/16 is bigger. Therefore, the correct answer is Tim, which means what should Tim make? Tim should make cookies. Jill should make cakes. And they'll both what? Benefit from trade. Both get more of each. Does that make sense how to solve this kind of stuff? Make sure you're figuring this kind of stuff out. Make your own numbers. It's also you just kind of flip it. If you want to turn it into decimals instead of the fractions, it's not a bad idea because that becomes a lot easier. 1/16. 16 goes in, what is that? About 0.06? 7?
0.06.
It's about 0.06, 0.07. And this is going to be 0.02, I think it's like 5. So which one is more expensive, 2 or 7? 7. It'd be like 7 cents or 2 cents. Now, is it really cents in money? No, it's cake. We haven't brought money into this at all. But it's one way you can look at it if the fractions freak you out.
Is there any way you can have a comparative advantage in both?
There is, but you will never need to see it. And therefore, that's not for this class, and it's not a very useful thing. Okay, so not really. All right. Do you guys have any questions about comparative and absolute advantage? Absolute advantage is really easy, right? Who has the absolute advantage in cakes in this? Who has the absolute advantage in cookies, though? Jill again. Very good. She produces more, okay? That's how you know. All right. I hope this helps you guys, and you do well on this part of the test. Very easy portion. Good luck.